What's up, everybody? Morning after December 30th, 2025. G will be here. He's making a quick phone call. I believe he's going to be here in like 10 to 15 minutes. So it's just me to start it off. Um, gonna need comments, obviously. Solo show in the beginning. So how's everybody doing? I believe it's LeBron's birthday. Don't ask me why I know that, but I do believe it's LeBron's birthday. Happy birthday, LeBron. Hopefully you're a Warrior here soon. That way I don't have to hate you as much. But hold on. Let me send this to the Discord really quickly. What's up, Ulamog? How you doing, bro? To recap a little bit of last night, I mean, obviously, we're going to have recaps up on the channel throughout. So we just finished the Purdue one. That one should be up shortly. No JK to talk about his Drake May MVP. No JK today. I don't think JK. I don't think JK until next week. I believe that we're not doing anything on the channel Thursday. Good morning, Andy. Thursday, Friday. And I think G and I are doing this today and tomorrow. So I don't know if we get any JK there. White boy Benner winner. We just talked about him on the Purdue recap. Benner was special last night, man. What's up, C. Steffi? Benner with 20. Where the G will be here in like 15 minutes. He's making a quick phone call, Pickle Rick. He said he'll be here like 10 to 15. Yeah, Benner was special last night. Or whatever, yesterday afternoon, evening, whatever it was. The announcers kept saying he was shooting from Steph Curry range, though. Gotta be honest, that bothered me. He just wasn't shooting from Steph Curry range. He was shooting from behind the line, though. But we have to realize just because someone shoots from behind the 3-point line, it's not Steph Curry range. So outside of that, I thought he was great. To be honest with you, like I said, we just finished the Purdue recap, and just listening to G talk about Purdue, one thing I realized I've done as well, and I think like everybody in the country's done, expectations for Purdue are so high. I don't think we're enjoying the moment enough. And that's myself included. I don't think we're enjoying the moment of just like, hey, outside of Michigan, and I guess you have to say Iowa State, right? But outside of Michigan and Iowa State, isn't Purdue like the third or fourth best team in the country? But because they are preseason number one, because I decided to put 3 units on them, because like everybody thought like, oh, it's like they should win a natty. This is Payne's best shot at a natty. I don't think we're enjoying the moment of just like they had one slip up. Outside of that, they beat Tech by 30. They went to Bama. They went it's Marquette, but they smoked Marquette. They smoked Auburn. Like, this team is really, really, really good. Iowa State is close to falling below Purdue on KenPom already. Yeah. I mean, I still think, I'll be honest, I still think you get spanked at the crib like that. It's hard to be like, yeah, they're worse than us because they fell below us on KenPom. Like, I mean, that was pure belt. Was on Big Ten Plus, so I just listened to game on Purdue radio broadcast, which was probably for the best. Can you listen to like Purdue radio like on the internet? Like, if they play on Big Ten Plus again, would I be able to listen to the Purdue radio broadcast instead? It just feels like a huge build up to Purdue versus Michigan. That's going to be an insane game. Varsity Apty? Okay, bet. Pickle Rick, I'm just saying they haven't been playing well. Yeah, I don't. Again, Pickle Rick, like I don't know, like if Iowa State hasn't played well, like I don't know that that's the best look for Purdue either. Christoph Kendrick was on Big Ten Plus and he was fine, local kid. Yeah, I don't really have like a huge issue with the announcers. I just didn't like the Steph Curry range thing. And straight up biased statement. That was just a biased statement. Iowa State was on fire that week. I don't think any team would have beat them. Listen, Iowa State is a national title contender in its own right. So it's not like Purdue lost to. Let me pull up KenPom real quick. It's not like Purdue lost to Kansas, right? We're like 50-50. Like they lost to a really good Iowa State team. So I don't think it's that crazy. The announcers from last night were trying. And he said, so what we learned is that Shaq Benner, Steph Curry. Honestly, I mean, obviously not in the league, but like, is it that crazy to say Jack Benner might be better than Steph Curry was at Davidson? Like, I mean, Steph was special at Davidson, but I think Steph made his money in the NBA more so than in college. Cyclones are 3 on KenPom. They're 4 on KenPom now. Gonzaga jumped them. Purdue's 5 on KenPom, by the way. Like the sky was falling for Purdue not long ago, and they're 5th on KenPom. Yeah, Purdue was special. Benner was special. I thought the Big Ten as a whole had a phenomenal day. I'm out on Iowa. I want to get ahead of that. I don't know if like he was special that day. I still remember watching him and people trying to say he won't make the NBA. I agree. I think Steph at Davidson was special for the moment that it was, if that makes sense. Was special for the moment that it was. It was so entertaining. So entertaining. But like Steph at Davidson had some flaws. Like he turned the ball over a lot. He was really small, really, really frail. No defense, and his shorts were too big. So I think if you combine all 3 of those things, like it was special watching him shoot. But I do think Steph was flawed at Davidson. And NBA Steph, bro, like there's nothing Steph doesn't do on the court. And obviously that's part of development, but just saying. Just realized I hadn't seen you in the Discord in a bit, Rick. Hope you're doing well. And me too, Pickle Rick. I didn't realize you haven't been in the Discord in a little bit either. But yeah, I do want to say this. I'm out on Iowa. That brand of basketball stinks, man. Like that 30-second thing that they do stinks. Thoughts on MSU scoring 110 plus is impressive, but giving up 97 to Cornell is rough. This Steph is not the reason the NCAA tournament exists, but but he was very. I do believe Steph is like why we want to like make sure that mid majors like exist still. Michigan State's game plan against Cornell was certainly a choice. Would be my honest opinion on it. They just like went underneath every screen, and Cornell can shoot. So I don't really know what that's like. That's like you play against Steph and Clay and you go underneath every screen. Like I don't really know what it was. But I mean, they scored 114. Fears had a career high 21 points. I'm sorry for laughing at that, but that is objectively funny to me. And my dog Cohen pitched in 19. Now that's the Cohen car that I was sold on. So I think I thought Michigan State was fine. The game plan was certainly a choice. If I'm Michigan State, man, you lost Caleb Glenn. I'm calling every G League player, regardless, that's a wing that shoots over 35% from 3, and I'm asking them if they want to come play. If they want to come play college basketball and see what happens. So it says, say UConn goes undefeated in Big East and Duke wins ACC and beat Michigan. Who gets the 1 seed in the East? The winner of Duke Michigan should get the 1 seed. Respectfully to UConn. Who did they lose? Blake, are you saying the foul trouble? I think if UConn goes undefeated in the Big East, like I think you give them like the Midwest region, Seth, and I think they like play close to home. I don't think you make UConn go to the West Coast, but I don't think you can give UConn the East if Duke beats Michigan. Caleb Glenn, they lost Caleb Glenn before the season ever started. Like I just think like with everything that's going on. With like all the G League, but what's up, G?
We here. Hello. How we doing?
I was just making a pitch for Michigan State to call all G League players to get another wing on the roster.
That's not what they stand for.
I know, and I think that's my struggle with the Spartans. Like, I want to be a Spartan dog, but like, why do we stand for morals and stuff when we could just go get like what's stopping them from getting Cam Spencer?
I mean, if you think about it, like it's not all that fair to guys like Denim Wojcik to just bring like an NBA player in and take his role, right? Like we can't look at Cohen and be like, oh, we want Miles Bridges. We can't look at Denim Wojcik and be like, oh, we want Josiah Jervis, you know?
Denim Wojcik to me is the biggest flaw in Jeremy Fears' game. And I don't know how it's Jeremy Fears' fault, but the fact that Denim Wojcik plays collegiate basketball, I blame Jeremy Fears for some reason. And I like Braden Smith, he doesn't play on Purdue. Paint makes Braden play 40 minutes before Denim Wojcik gets in that game.
Pretty true. Yeah, that's extremely true. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, Michigan State's fine, right? They're gonna be fine. That was just like the defense is the weird part right now. Why is the defense not great?
I was just talking about the Cornell game. The game plan is certainly a choice. They just went underneath every screen, and Cornell can shoot. Like I didn't really understand what was going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds conspiracy, but it might be one of those things where Izzo's just continually trying to like humble his team. Like the game plan to go under on the number 4 3-point shooting team in the country made no sense, but they were better in the second half. So
unless you're just like, the only way for us to beat Michigan is to use our Michigan game plan against everybody and master it. And then we're just going to try to win these 2 games. Cause I think the only way they can beat Michigan is going under screens. Cause if you go over screens, I think Michigan's way more athletic than them.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. Well, hold on. My bad. I lost it. Andy said Paint had some pretty extended comments on the NBA players in the NCAA thing last night. I saw you tweeted about it too, G. Did you want to talk about it a little briefly?
I mean, Paint's just so polished and says the right thing at all times. I feel like even, you know, as I don't want to say a rival fan because I like Purdue basketball, but as someone competing against Matt Painter's program for 20 years, like I'm constantly rooting for my team to outplay Purdue. And I still have nothing bad to say about Painter really ever. I mean, you can criticize like decisions he's made, but I don't know. Payne is just so accountable. Like even after last year where we were like, he's doing everything wrong in the offseason. He should have went out and got a center. Like, why didn't he just like make promises to players? Like he's kind of owned like his own missteps and showed face and been like, I'm going to correct this. And I feel like he's asking the NCAA to just do that. Like we're not asking for perfection. We're not asking for you to like fix all the mistakes. We're just asking for you to own the mistakes and give us some sort of clarity on like, what is the plan going forward? What can we do and what can we not do? And, yeah, it was kind of a good way to reframe it because I feel like you got John Calipari like pitching his own ideas while also like implying he's a great coach. It's so funny. And then Izzo just like playing the fear tactics. I'm going to call my own coaches. Shame on the coaches. And Matt Painter's just like, I literally just need a definition. I need some sort of leadership. I need someone to stand up and just tell us what the plan is. And, I would love it because Cal was pitching like, let's just get a commissioner. Like we need a Roger Goodell, basically. I do want to point out how funny it is that we're trying to restore amateurism to college basketball. And the way we think we need to restore amateurism is find Roger Goodell. That's a little funny to me. But if there is a Roger Goodell candidate, give me Matt Painter for that role.
It would be, for me, it's either Paint or honestly Calipari. And I think you either go heel or face. Paint's the face, and then Calipari would be the heel. I made a pitch in here yesterday. I think the way I would do it, and I'm curious what you think about this. I know we have a short on it too, so like I won't go into too much detail. I think the way I would do it, if you are a draft eligible prospect and you choose to play professional basketball, regardless of where you choose to play it, I don't think you should be allowed to play college basketball. I think that allows like Hans Steinbach, Omer Meyer, David Mirkovich to suddenly become. By the way, Pickle Rick, comparing Paint to Adam Silver is not a compliment, but like we could get into that another day. But I think that allows like those three to play college basketball. Petrovic, you chose to play professional basketball for years and not go to the NBA. You have to stay where you're at. So like I think it's just like if you aren't draft eligible, you can play college basketball. If you are draft eligible, then you're stuck where you are. And you gotta, if your goal is to get to the NBA, you gotta do that on your own. Because to me, what I think we're losing in college basketball is supposed to be a stepping stone for professional sports, not an like an ulterior option because you didn't make it in your respective league.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fix is. I really don't. I mean, if you just ask me like as a fan, and the Illinois fans won't like this, I think anyone who's been a professional basketball player at any form should not be able to play college. I don't see why we have to open our avenues up to players that have been professionals, that are clearly still intending to be professionals. And, you know, if we're going to say this is college and it's amateurism, then truly make it amateurs. Make kids go to class. And if we're not, that's fine too. But that's kind of where Payne is at, I think. He's like, look, I don't even care which outcome it is. Tell us which one it is.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where I'm at right now too.
Yeah, I think the only reason I'm cool with like Mirkovic and them is I think it subsequently makes the NBA better that we get these guys on our radar for a year. Illinois fans won't like this one, and we have an Illinois recap, so I'm going to save a good amount of it. Petrovic stinks. It's a reason he's 23 and was like, yo, I'll come play at Illinois. Like, and I think, like, get those guys out of college basketball, right? Like, I'm okay with the 18, 19-year-old that, like, has to play a year of something before he can go to the NBA. But, like, let's get rid of the guys that, like, played in the Adriatic League until they were 24 and were like, yeah, now I want to go play at, like, Virginia, like VCU. Get rid of them. Like, but I think you can keep some of them. But how do you draw that line? I don't know. Because respectfully, like to Trenton Flowers, I don't think he's an NBA guy because we've watched him play in the NBA, and I don't think he was good. But if I'm Trenton Flowers and you're letting James Inaji and you're letting Thista Ritter and all these guys play college basketball, you have to let me play college basketball too, because he's not an NBA active roster guy. He's technically a G leaguer on a two-way. So I see his argument. I see James Inaji's argument. I kind of see all the arguments, and you have to like get rid of some of these guys in order to make it work. There should be an age limit for college scholarships with exceptions on case-by-case basis. Here's what I would do too. So I would expand rosters to 20. You get 5 walk-ons. Everybody that played professional basketball has to pay their own way.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no one would play then.
Perfect. That solves everything. Like James Inaji can't get a scholarship, but he can use his NIL to go to school and be a walk-on.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't know.
And then the other option I had was if you played in the NBA or in the G League, you have to go to like a non-Power 5. So like you want to go to Kentucky, you go to Western Kentucky. If you want to go to Michigan, you go to Western Michigan. Like you're not allowed to go to like the really good ones.
They would never do that either. That's hilarious though. Like, or I don't know, can we just have a European college that's in the NCAA?
Or they do what Adam Silver wants to do, and they make a European division.
Yeah.
Or conference, I guess it would be.
Yeah. Like, what's the difference between like the West Coast Conference and like the Western Israeli Conference?
It's got to be the same distance for Duke. Like, there's no way. Like, if you told Duke they have to play Barcelona or they have to play Cal, I think the Barcelona flight's shorter.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mess though. I don't know. It sucks, but I just can't find myself getting that outraged by it. And maybe that says something about me as a person, but like, I still enjoy watching the chaotic basketball players play basketball. Like I like watching the Europeans that are in the sport. And do I, like, by definition, do I think they should be here? No, of course not. But I enjoy watching them play. So I don't know if I'm going to feel the same way about the G League guys or not. Kind of going to have to wait and see. But it sucks on paper that it's happening. I feel like it wouldn't be happening if someone just came out and said these are the rules. But the NCAA statement yesterday was basically like, we need Congress to save this. And that isn't going to happen. So
I do. Well, I'll save it for the short because we'll have a short up on the channel on it. But I actually think I agree with NCAA on that. But neither here nor there. I will say this. I don't see the difference between the G League and Europe guys. I actually think it's worse for the Europe guys to come over than the G League guys to go back. And maybe that's just how I view the G League. But I've been told, like, you know, as a fan of the NBA my whole life, Europe's the second best league in the world, or whatever. I don't know what the big league is over there, but that Champions League version of it, second best league in the world. James and Najee played in that. Like, to me, that is like worse than Trenton Flowers got 8 minutes against the Warriors' third stringers a month ago. And then he played for the Windy City Bulls against the Stockton Kings. Like, that is worse. Like, if we're talking about like coaching, lifestyle, like so on and so forth, competition you went up against, I could not name a single G Leaguer besides Trenton Flowers. And I can only name Trenton Flowers because of a tweet that came out on Saturday. I can name guys that are playing European basketball at the moment at a very high level. And by the way, some of them were All-Americans in college at that. So, like, that's my thing. If you're going to let guys come from what is supposed to be the second best league in the world, and we talk all the time, like the Olympics are in 2028. We talk all the time about, oh, the world's catching up to America. The world's catching up to America. Well, then how come the world can come over here and play college basketball then? And we like, but like the Americans, once they make their choice, it's a one and done. But like, Petrovic is allowed to make his choice at 13, 17, 19, 21, 23. But like James and Najee only gets the one choice. Like that to me, it creates an unfair competitive balance, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the world's just getting more greedy. The sport is getting more greedy because, like, I don't know, like Michael Jordan, how many, did he play 4 years of college? He did, right?
I think he only played 2 or 3.
Okay. So like Michael Jordan theoretically in 1997 could have been like, I want to go back to North Carolina for class. And then if like whoever Dean Smith was like, well, I want to sue the NCAA. He has 2 more years of eligibility. Like, this could have happened forever. LeBron could go back to school right now and there would be a lawsuit if someone was really like, you know what? I want LeBron on my team. Like, it's just the coaches are like, you know what? The NCAA won't do shit about it. So, haha. And until they do shit about it, like the naughty toddler gets away with it.
But like Bronny should be able to go to Arizona and play with Bryce. Like, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, I guess. But see, that's where there needs, I don't know how you even make a rule that, because I agree. All of us should be like, yeah, Bronny should be able to stay in college right now. But like,
I think that's a fair lawsuit. My dad made me do something I didn't want to do. I should be able to go back.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair argument. Retail says, is Petro a pro in the U.S.? Absolutely not. I'm not even sure he's a collegiate player in the U.S. right now.
Stock down Adriatic League for real, man. I'm so confused how that guy was like one of the 7 best players in a full-blown professional basketball league, and he just can't do anything but run. Like, all he is fast now that he's a college basketball player. It's crazy.
If we are only going to allow players from Europe to come play college basketball and not the G League guys, I want it known I think the European basketball stinks then. Like, that's what I want someone to come out and say. It's not the second best league anymore. Because like, also, like, how come no one can play in what's the New Zealand league? NBL?
I think so.
How come you can't play in that and then come play college basketball?
Great question.
You know, like it's a little weird, and maybe like that's just NCAA being like, yeah, these leagues stink, so it's okay. But like that league's good, so it's not okay. I don't know. But like I think so, like bare minimum, I wanted to come out and be like, hey, we don't think the Adriatic League's very good, so it's okay.
Yeah, that would be funny. He stinks. I have nothing to add on Petro. We'll get to that. We're going to do the Illinois recap after this. I think it's time for a monologue about Petro.
Also time for a monologue about Jake Davis. That's a shooter. But
my guy.
Remember when an Illinois media outlet said Petro is just as good as Braden? Yeah. People love to say that. Honestly, that's respect to Braden. It's not big upping Petro. That's just like, Braden's so good, we want to compare our players to him.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Braden Smith, the player, that keeps getting, I don't know, like people just love to like try and be like, our point guard's as good as him, right? Remember like when Indiana fans said Xavier Johnson was as good as Braden, and now, yeah, Petro is as good as Braden. Michigan State fans are always like, Cassius Winston is as good as Braden. That was a little joke, just a little dig there. Do you see Cassius's message for Braden, by the way?
I didn't. What was it?
He like filmed himself. We're gonna do a short on it later, so watch it before then. But
go get the record thing.
Yeah,
right?
he filmed like hey, my guy, proud of you, enjoy it, rooting for you, all these things. Gotta know how much he was paid to say he's rooting for Braden Smith to set his record.
Well, one of my favorite like bits fans do is they have guys send them cameos doing stuff like that, and they don't tell anybody it was a cameo, and they make it out like he actually meant it. I love that for some reason.
Cassius is a great dude, though. He's a great person, so he probably would. Do you think Braden's going to repay that to Jeremy Fears in a couple of years?
Respectfully to Cassius, I think Braden's going to be a little busy playing in the NBA.
Yeah, I bet he still does it. I mean, he already went on record and respected Jeremy Fears, but yeah, it's going to be this is going to be a record I think keeps getting broken. That's my new pitch on this. So Braden's going to break it from Cash. Fears is going to break it from Braden. And then like some Serbian dude who plays 7 years is going to break it from Fears. Like it's just, we keep letting dudes that play literally like 7 years in college break the record. So,
well, James Anaji got 4 years of eligibility at 21 somehow. So like, right, anything's possible.
Says no way Braden makes that video for Fears. Really?
How much college basketball does Braden watch? Do you know?
When we've tried to go there on the show before, he's aware of things that are happening, but I don't think he's sitting down to watch other teams much.
That was gonna be my only reason I'm not sure he makes the video. Like, I'm sure he'll be aware that Fears is doing it. I don't think Braden's gonna watch like a ton of Michigan State like after he's gone from Purdue to like be like as aware as Cassius probably is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's possible. Ulamog says he's just a fierce competitor. Yeah. I think Cash was also a fierce competitor, but definitely Cash was a more chill guy for sure. Braden's a little more intense in all ways, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. Basila says, why did Cassius not pan out in the NBA? Do you have any thoughts?
Not very good. Well, like from like a league perspective, like there's levels, right? Like I think Cassius lacks a little of the athleticism it takes to be an NBA guy for a long term, if that makes sense. Like that's one element of Braden that like might be why he makes the video. He is a fierce competitor. Braden might be on his second contract by the time this happens with Fears. Like he might not care anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I still think Cash could have made it in the NBA. I think the NBA with second round picks is a lot about situation. Yeah. And Cassius was a Washington Wizard. I believe I have that correct, unless I'm misremembering. Like, if your one chance is with the Washington Wizards, you're probably fucked. Like with all due respect, and I always go back to this guy, didn't work in the league. I mean, I think he played like 5 or 6 years, but like Nick Stauskas never ended up in the right. He was a king, and then they drafted Ben McLemore a year later, and like it didn't work. It did not work. And by the time he got to a real situation that could have worked, the Sixers, he already had the MO of like, oh, he's your 15th guy. Like, don't trust him. And I think that messes with dudes mentally. It messes with their whole identity of who they are as a player. And sometimes guys are just good enough to transcend it. But even like a Denzel Valentine, to me, he should be good enough to be in the league 100%. And he's one of the best players in Europe right now. But he was with the Bulls when the Bulls were trying to be terrible. And it never really worked out, you know? My hot take on Stauskas is I don't think he can shoot. Like, I think that was
Ooh, we'll fight you on that. We'll pull up to your house to fight you on that.
Well, I don't like you take that step back. I don't think he has that in him.
We'll fight you on that. Yeah.
So that's one of my other things I want. If we are gonna have pro players play, let's have pro rules. Move the 3-point line back, 24-second shot clock. Let's just be professional basketball. Let's really develop them.
Parts of it, I want the 3-point line where it's at. In fact, I want the 3-point line moved in. I think mid-range jumpers should be worth 3.
Make a 4-point line, and then you increase middies to 3. Dunks are 1 point.
Yeah, somebody used that as like a coaching argument too yesterday. It was like, well, if they give us a 5-point line, what am I supposed to do? Not take it? I think that was the Scott Drewism. It's like, yeah, it's within the rules. Why not?
Scott Drew's quote on that whole situation was like very, very special. Like I thought I was curious how he was going to handle it. He nailed it.
See, the problem is everyone, including me, is like, oh, Painter would be a great commissioner. The problem is Scott Drew would be the commissioner. Scott Drew is the politician of college basketball. He is like smiley, handsome face, God-fearing, loving family man who the moment you turn away from him will find every little competitive edge he can to cut corners and get in the sleeves. He'd be the guy to actually do this and nothing would change.
Yeah, also, and we got to go here, but hot seat James Inaji's agent, how do you not create a bidding war? You just committed to the first team that reached out. Like,
that's true.
Ethan says, how much does the game change if the 3-point line is moved back to NBA? It'll be the end of Tom Izzo, brother. I'm sorry. It'll be over.
Yeah, no comment.
Another great morning, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Are you going to do it with me tomorrow morning, too, since we're doing the full day?
We can just run it back tomorrow, yeah.
We're going to run it back tomorrow. Coda, you said, why are you going to keep talking about the Big Ten? Because they have the best teams in the country, so we'll probably do it again tomorrow morning. I hope everybody has a good day. Happy New Year's, and I hope everybody had a good Christmas as well.